Hey, it's great to have Robert Griffin III with us on SportsCenter AM. And how about it, Robert? Listen, as good as Georgia's defense looked, it was Stetson Bennett who stole the show. Arguably the best game of his career in that win. What specifically, though, stood out to you about his performance?
Yeah, Stetson Bennett's a guy that's everybody's really been down on, really going after, saying that they couldn't win a national title with him at the quarterback position. But what we saw, myself, Mark Jones, Quentin Kesselnick, as we called the game on radio, was a guy who was out there moving and grooving. This is what happens when Georgia's defense shows up to play. Stetson Bennett can play more relaxed. He can take what the defense gives him. And when the play's not there, he uses his legs actually really nicely to get out in the open field and get jiggy with it. So I saw a guy that looks like he can not only be the guy to lead them to a national championship, but he could actually be the reason.
I heard you on the recap of the game. You were with Mark Jones, and you were talking about like certain defenders who could possibly stop Stetson Bennett, and you were like, McCarthy, Paul McCartney, you threw it out there. So we got a Beatles reference a few hours away from a Will Smith reference, and why not? We were in Miami for that game. Let's go to Georgia against Alabama, all right? Let's spin it forward to the national championship game. What's going to be, in your eyes, the biggest catalyst to deciding this one?
Yeah, the biggest catalyst is going to be Georgia's defense. No matter how well Stetson Bennett played or how good he looked, Georgia's defense has to show up, and that will be the difference in the game. For Alabama, they went up against Cincinnati in that semifinal game, and they were dominant. They ran the ball, but their offense didn't look nearly as explosive as it did when they played Georgia in the SEC championship game. So if Georgia's defense doesn't show up like they did in the SEC championship game, I don't care who's playing quarterback, Georgia's not going to have a chance. That defense is dominant. They stop the run. They run sideline to sideline. Kobe Dean was all over the place, and Darion Kendrick did a very nice job getting the 2 interceptions. But he did get beat twice by Roman Wilson. He got behind him and got overthrown a couple times. So they just have to make sure that they are able to cage rush Bryce Young and then corral those deep passes and keep them in front of him. And I think this is going to be actually a more entertaining championship game than most people may have thought.
You mentioned Wilson sort of maybe fooling Georgia with the speed a little bit downfield. There's still plenty of speed with Alabama's Jamison Williams. We'll see how that pans out. That's Robert Griffin III on this New Year's Day. And speaking of, we ring in 2022 with even more.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.